The brave boys from Bear Scout Troop 237 were Pastor Nat's crusaders against corruption, his defenders of decency, his righteous knights of the highest order. These scrupulous scouts had exceeded the highest of the pastor's expectations, gathering around 1,000 comic books all told for their purification drive. Each uniformed boy shuffled up with a radio flyer filled to its hilt with comics confiscated from around town, dumping the smut into a heaping pile for all to see. These boys had purged the pharmacies of their indecencies. They had eradicated the newsstands of their filth. Here was the cancer that had crept into their small town, insinuating its sinfulness within the minds of the youngest, most innocent citizens, stacked 6 feet high and rising. Mount Pornography. Their flimsy pages flittered in the wind as the heap kept growing, swelling, toppling over in an avalanche of sex and violence, wanton lust, repugnant busts, nothing but pages upon pages of illustrated licentiousness. "Keep 'em comin', boys," Pastor Nat called out. "Toss 'em all in, every last comic. I want our pyre to reach as high as the heavens." Lil Lonnie Wilder couldn't even reach the peak anymore. When it was his turn to contribute his comics to the pile, that poor pudgy boy had to drag his feet up to the fire and lift himself up onto his tippy toes, holding his shoebox over his head and shake them all out, each filthy issue showering down. Tales of terror, killer comics, crime pays and you're buying. Lil Lonnie didn't realize that Nat was well aware of the fact that this was his own personal stash. The pastor knew he was a peruser of these prurient pamphlets. All through Sunday school, he'd find Lil Lonnie flipping through the pages of one of his so-called horror comics. He'd confiscate it faster than you can say sodomite, but just like the head on a hydra, the very next Sunday out sprouted another copy. The pastor had a whole file cabinet crammed full of comics, commandeered from none other than Lil Lonnie. His poor saint of a mother had high hopes that the Bear Scouts would pull him out of his lecherous shell, build up some character in him, add a dash of moral fiber to flush out his objectionable habits once and for all. Well, you better believe the pastor put in a personal call to Mrs. Wilder first thing after kick-starting his comic campaign, suggesting she might look under Lil Lonnie's bed mattress to see if he might be squandering a copy or two that she might wish to contribute to their crusade. And me oh my, what a treasure trove of atrocities did Mrs. Wilder find waiting for her.